Hi guys, this is the House of Masks 2015 Questions and Answers Part 2. I'm here with my lovely assistant and other half, September. She's going to be helping me answer a couple of these questions, and she's going to be reading them off, so whenever you're ready.
Okay. Jimmy on Facebook asked, what will happen to Stinky after your year has passed? Just another foam head, or do you have something a little more special planned?
Yeah, he'll probably go on a foam head, but he'll be put up in a decent little display. So, if you hear cat noises also, I'm sorry, because they want to be involved, so.
Brandy on Facebook asked, have you seen the entire band of Ghost without their costume on?
Yeah, we hung out with them in Columbus during their show here. I think it was September 23rd, and we hung out with all of them for like an hour.
Gage on Facebook said, what is your favorite horror movie?
My favorite horror movie is Halloween 2, the original from 1981, and it is because Dick Warlock, hands down, played the best Michael Myers of all time.
Okay, and on Instagram, Sir Derpington asked, what non-metal bands do you like?
What non-metal bands do I like? You tell me.
He likes... You don't.
This is hard. I listen to rap.
Yeah, but they're not a band.
Music. Nine Inch Nails is like not technically metal, I guess. I don't know.
The House of Horror asked, do you and September live on your own, or do you live with your parents? And what do they think of your mask collection, if you do?
Yeah, we both live here by ourselves, and my parents are used to it because I did this stuff when I still lived at home. Obviously not to this extent, but I definitely started with a couple shelves before I left. What do your parents think of it?
They think it's cool.
Good answer.
That's it. They don't really care. It's normal. Liam Ebers asked, do you like thrash?
Yeah, I guess. It's not what I choose to listen to, but I guess there's a couple different types of thrash. I like Municipal Waste and what's the other band? I like Ghoul. They're like splatter thrash, like gory rock thrash. So yeah, and Iron Reagan. Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead Snow asked, I haven't seen any hockey masks on your shelves. You have any?
I would have some, but my dad is a thief, and every time I get a Jason mask, he takes it. So
Yeah.
I stopped buying them because I was wasting my money. And if you've seen my dad, you know that I can't stop him. So when we go to conventions, I just get him one of his own now.
Brandon Blankenship 199 asked, when will The Good Life be expected?
The Good Life is almost completed, episode 1 anyways. I don't know what we're going to do after that. The initial plan was to do one original episode, put it on the internet, and try to get some attention for it, and then just go from there. And but it's come to be something completely way harder and more complicated than we thought it was going to be, so I don't know exactly what we're going to do, but the first episode should be up within a month.
Leonardo on Instagram asked, do you think they could have done a better job with Ghost Look for Meliora, or do you think they did a good job?
I think it was up in the air at first. The ghouls are definitely awesome. I think that this is definitely their coolest look. I think that the look fits the album with what they were going for, with the futuristic type thing. Yeah, I like it.
The Burned Man on Instagram asked, what was the thing that inspired your love of masks, and what was your earliest memory of a mask that you loved?
I think what inspired me so early on to get involved with horror was when I was like 4 or 5. My grandpa made me watch Halloween 4 with him, and then I had to sleep in a basement that night, and it was like the scariest thing ever. And then just a couple years later, I discovered Slipknot, and yeah, the rest is history.
Smells Like Blake asked, do you play any instruments?
Yeah, I played the drum since I was like 3. I got my first set when I was 3, and then I graduated to a big boy set on my 5th birthday.
Julian945 asked, since the God mask is out of your collection, what do you say is your go-to mask?
My go-to mask hasn't been created yet. I am in the works with Jordan Patton to create a replacement. Not really a replacement, but a
Convention mask?
Yeah, it'll just be what I wear for videos like this or conventions where people want to take pictures, concerts, stuff like that. It'll become the new face of the House of Masks.
The Knots FP asked, what made you want to collect masks and how are you so famous in the mask community?
Slipknot made me want to collect masks, and I don't know why this works the way it does. It's like having stuff makes me cool or something. I don't know. I just want to, my goal is to be the mask guy. I want other people to be interested. I want to be able to help anybody with whatever they ask. And I just enjoy doing it, so to be able to put it online and have people think that it's cool is cool for me.
Crimson Ghost Mask Room said, I see you getting into vintage masks. Do you see your collection changing directions at all in the future?
Not really. That's a hard question because I've always technically been into vintage masks. They've just been for certain purposes. Like, each type of mask branches off. It all comes down to Slipknot originally. Like, my gas mask collection started because one of the members has a gas mask, and then vintage masks and clown masks both branch off of Clown having that vintage West German mask, which also leads into the West German masks that I have, and yeah, it just goes from there.
Rhythm Musician said, are you a frequent concert goer or does your money go more into masks?
I would say that my money definitely goes more towards masks. There's certain bands that we won't miss when they come through. Ghost being the obvious one, Guar, and those are the only two that we really make sure that we go see when they come through, but we've been to a couple other random concerts together.
Yeah.
Nothing too spectacular. I would just rather have something that I can have here. The house means more to me than a like $50 or $100 ticket to a band that I am not gonna remember seeing.
Pope Murderface asked, what does your girlfriend think of your mask collection? And I absolutely love it. I'm really impressed, and I take every opportunity I have to brag about it because I love it so much. I think we're back on Facebook questions, and Caleb asked, how did you and September meet?
You want to tell him? We have a little love story.
Not really.
We were each other's rejects, or rebounds, I mean.
Yeah, we were each other's rebounds. We were never ever single at the same time, like ever. But I had always had a crush on AJ. Like, every time I left his tattoo shop, I'd tell my mom, Mom, I'm going to kiss AJ good one day. And she'd be like, oh, you're silly. And, like, I would leave school early if I was sick or something, and I'd just come to his shop and look for stupid things just so I could, like, look at him behind the counter. And a miracle happened, and we were single at the same time. So, you know, I pushed my boobs all up, and I went to the shop, and I was like, hey, I want to get a tattoo. And he had a skateboard, and he's like, yeah, I'm not going to do it today. I'll do it tomorrow.
I wanted to skate.
So I was like, oh, okay. So I came in the next day, and I got Gary from SpongeBob tattooed, and then I went to work that night, and he tweeted at me and was like, hey, you want to go on a mini date tonight? And then we've lived together ever since.
We did. We moved in together like 3 days in the night.
Like immediately. We have not been apart. Archuo on YouTube asked, how old are you?
22.
And how old were you when you first started collecting masks?
I got my first when I was 6. I don't know when you technically consider me like actually getting serious about collecting, but I got my first when I was 6.
Do you collect anything else?
Yeah, I have a lot of collections of a lot of stuff.
He collects everything.
I have CDs, like old rock magazines,
Smoke
cassettes.
Tower memorabilia.
Yeah, there's a local paper company, and I collect like memorabilia from them and all kinds of stuff.
The Sick asked, also, if stinky means / symbolizes anything to you, what is it?
I'm gonna feel stupid for answering this one.
Go for it.
Okay, so what started Stinky was, obviously he was like a shitty cut mask, and I didn't know what to do with him, and the lady that sold it to me replaced it for free. So I just kind of turned it into a like Slipknot mentality, like 1999, 2000 type of thinking with it, and I originally started doing stuff that would have been done to it on stage, like with the pissing and the spitting and sweating and bleeding, and it eventually turned into this thing that people would be like, oh my god, that's the one that you pee in and stuff, and they wouldn't want anything to do with it, which is weird because any other time that you bring a mask around, everybody wants to wear it and take a picture in it and do whatever. So I was like, okay, like, I just created this thing that only I, for some reason, even though it's got all this gross shit in it, want to wear and can wear, and no one else will want to be involved with it. And it sat like that for a couple months where it was just a gross mask that no one wanted anything to do with, and now when people see me out with it and stuff, they're all over it to put it on, and they know about it. So it went through a dip there where it was, yeah, it's its own thing.
That's it.
Is that it?
That's it.
Good job.
Yay.
Good job. That's it. So we'll try to do another one maybe in the middle of the year next year or something. And thanks to everybody for subscribing and liking and following and commenting and being involved with the channel. And I think that'll just about do it. You got anything to say?
No.
Okay.
This was fun.
Okay.